Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hazardous Interests.
This is Hazardous Interests.
What is up?
This is Yo, Mike. Good afternoon. It's about
Good afternoon.
23 here, Summer, California.
It is a hot day. What
We're
is
inside.
the weather right now?
It's
Let's
great.
find out. Weather.
Of course, we have Lucas Negrito. I'm Tommy Violet. We're out here. It's 95 degrees in Claremont. 4th of July is tomorrow.
And independence.
Independence is a good thing, though.
Yeah,
Because not a lot of countries have independence.
exactly. Definitely.
Definitely a huge holiday for America, though.
Huge
'Cause
holiday.
it's celebrating America.
And lots of fireworks. What the hell?
Why?
Yeah, what's up with fireworks?
Fireworks are so dumb.
Like, honestly, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest.
They're
They are cool to look at,
dumb.
right? Okay, and I think the ones that you buy just off the street are cooler than the ones, like, they're not even that interesting to me, the ones that just blow up in the sky. But I think the ones you can buy that are
Really?
like right in front of you,
Yeah.
those are cooler. But nonetheless, there's no point. It's just
At all.
terrible for our
It's
Earth.
just terrible for the environment.
Yeah. It's just terrible.
Anyways. Today we're going to talk about philosophy because, well, we don't know what to do with our lives. And it turns out a lot of philosophers also did not know to do with their lives at all. Oh, warning. This podcast, a lot more questions than answers. Like, so many questions, couple answers. Like, it's going to be terrible.
But we think that is different from most podcasts because it seems that as people talk with the more things that they talk about, the more questions that they have, but there doesn't seem to ever really be a lot of answers.
all they do is they just tell you the information and they want you to figure it out.
Yeah.
But we're going to actually try
With opinions too.
with opinions.
But we want to provide both opinion and answer.
We want to think about stuff.
We want to think about
We don't wanna
things
just-
hard.
We don't want to just learn it. We want to think about it.
So today on this day in history, Back to the Future was released.
What a great movie.
That was a great movie.
Have you seen all of them?
I've seen all of them.
I
Absolutely.
haven't seen the third one.
Doc is just like the best.
The best.
He's the best. And everyone really likes the DeLorean, which is cool.
It's a cool car.
But that wasn't what was like so. Because that's what it talks about here, is about the DeLorean. The 1981 DeLorean. But like for me, like, it's cool. But that's not like the highlight of what I remember the movie.
Nah.
Definitely
all.
not. Definitely not. But I don't know what I would exactly say would be the highlight. I just really love thinking about time travel.
True.
That's just really what it is.
We just watched Interstellar a couple days ago.
Oh man.
Greatest movie ever
Greatest
made
movie ever.
on the planet.
Yeah. And that's one of those ones that really gets you thinking real
Yeah.
hard. I definitely have to watch it again too. I missed a little bit of
I
dialogue.
gotta watch it for the third time.
I gotta watch it.
Just keep
And then
going.
another thing that we want to talk about is the word of the day,
oh,
which we chose is recursion.
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 So dope.
And what's pretty funny about recursion too is that when you search it up online,
Because we do that.
it says, "Did you mean recursion? Did you mean recursion? But did you mean recursion?"
It just goes forever.
So
Forever.
really, that's just what recursion is.
So we could sit here for the rest of our
itself.
life and do that.
Yeah, we could stay here for the rest of our lives
Keep
and just keep pressing this. We gotta. Is there an end? Is there an end? That's the point of recursion. There is no end. It can go on forever. This was something I found that was really good about it on Stack Overflow, because the thing about recursion is it's really, really big in computer science. But it's mostly about looking at a problem and then trying to figure out how it looks, if you're looking at two different problems, how they look similar to each other. But really down to it in programming, I think there's an image here. It's just, this is like your function, and then you have your stuff going on in there, and then it's calling the function within itself. So every single thing, those lines right there, or the dots I should say, could be different lines of code that are telling the program something to do. But then when it gets down to this recurse with the two parentheses, it's basically calling itself again. So after it does every single thing, it just does it again and again and again. So if you looked at it in like a little picture like this, the first process would be just the entire photo itself, but then it being called again and it being called again, does it ever finish? Because it keeps doing those processes over and over again, but then it infinitely goes on. And some of the things that I've read about it, which is very interesting too, is that it seems that Mother Nature likes recursion a lot, and that's how a lot of if you look at, a branch really, really close, or like a leaf, that's how it would work. It would just be the branches coming up, splitting off, and then those branches splitting off, splitting off, splitting off infinitely.
Oh my
Mind
god.
blown. Another thing, I'm gonna want to apologize. I have my mic working correctly, but for some reason Tommy's is mono.
It's mono.
So you're just gonna enjoy him from the left side of things, I believe.
That's all you need though.
That's all you need, though.
If you're walking around with 2 earbuds in your ears, like people think you hate them.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Or you're depressed. You don't
You're
want
so depressed.
Yeah.
You just walk around with 1 earbud. Unless
You
you're
know
having a
what?
bad day.
That's crazy though, because nowadays that's normal to have earbuds in. Like, it's not. I wouldn't say it's normal, but it's way more
It's
normal.
so normal.
Imagine, like, before there was iPods, phones, anything like that, and you saw someone with this wire going up and these 2 weird white things in their ears. Be like, what planet are you from, bro? Like, what even?
Everybody just walks right past each other too.
Yeah.
We do that in school. Like if I don't bring earbuds to school.
So common in school.
By the way, we're gonna be seniors next year.
Yep.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Senior year.
That's pretty big.
I don't know how excited I am though. I guess it's exciting.
We're already done.
Yeah,
We
feels
have
like
to
we're
go
done.
back. We have to go back?
Senioritis. I had junioritis almost.
Oh my god. All the junior year.
Yeah, it's a sad reality.
No, because we're gonna start off like so strong though.
Definitely.
We're gonna be so amped up.
That's how it always goes though. You start off so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then
just
second
try and make that
semester,
last.
I honestly second semester I didn't even start off strong. I'm like, yeah, I'll have time to recover.
Yeah. Sixth semester I started off strong, so I'm like, finally, I could like fix everything.
That's how it goes.
It never works.
That's how it goes.
It's fine though. The school is weird, and maybe that's not the way we're supposed to learn.
Exactly.
Maybe me and Lucas are gonna open up a school.
Yeah, just reinvent the school system. Well, our own school system.
Because a lot of philosophers did that, which takes us back to our subject of the day, philosophy. So
Philosophy, that's very, very broad.
philosophy, kind of the worst. Like we've been like researching it a little bit, and it's just like there's no like answer ever, and like that's what we're looking for. We're looking for answers for stuff, but we know we gotta like know the philosophies in order to learn them. So the best, like the most well-known philosopher is Socrates, who felt we just have a responsibility to wonder and like question our existence, which is kind of like what we're doing right now. We're just trying to like work things out and try to figure out a way in which things are supposed to work.
But we don't want to just have a complete existential crisis. And we're just like, why are we here? It makes no sense, because obviously we don't know why we're here.
Because
But
there's no reason for us to be here, if you really think about it.
if you really think about it,
But we find our own reasons.
exactly. And that's really what this is about.
And a lot of people claim that everybody has a reason for being on this planet, and I think that's totally true.
And if anyone's watching right now, if you can comment on this video, what is your reason?
Your reason is
What is
so
your
big.
meaning?
Your reason's so big. Everybody's reason is so big.
Yeah. And that's another thing that really is important to us in philosophy. is-
Socrates, best philosopher of all time, pretty much. Never wrote anything down. Crazy.
What even? The fact
Still,
that
like,
we still like we know so much about him, and he never wrote anything down.
never wrote. So it's just like what people
It's
said
word of
about him.
mouth. Telephone, dude. I can't imagine what I really wish that's what some of the greatest mysteries ever is. Just that, like, you wish you could just know exactly how it is,
Yeah.
not just how it ended up being in the way that you're perceiving it and now understanding it, exactly how it is. But then how would you that's what's interesting. I feel like you could say something to somebody and just saying, the cookie is red. And for you, that might mean something completely different from me.
Yeah.
So if we did know the true reality, if there is like a true reality of something that happened, maybe we both interpret it completely differently. So really, what even is true reality? It's back to that Vsauce video we saw.
Which one?
It was that one where if anything is even real at all. Because
Yeah. Or just.
yeah, because I mean, it's not really
You
that
love that.
nothing
You
is
love that idea.
yeah, no, and it's not really that anything isn't real. It's more that what that philosopher said, I can't remember who it was, but he says that there's a phaneron. What is that again?
But like,
Phaneron.
with that, are we just gonna keep trying to find a reason for existence forever? Because like there really isn't. What is
That's
that?
what that is
What
right
is that
there.
one?
So phaneron is Greek's visible showable. So it's essentially the real world filtered by our sensory input. So the ways of knowing
The senses.
is, yeah, the senses. And so everything that happens is just made up in your head of what your understanding is of something.
But the
You
fact that
you
like
create meaning.
all of our like ideas are so similar,
Yes.
like that we've created houses together.
Yes.
That shows that like there's something that like connects us all
Yes.
through ideas and like through our senses. We all have the same senses. We all
Yes.
look a lot alike.
Yes. So that's why our, you know, we're all, that's how I'd say we're similar, is that we interpret things similarly, not obviously the same, but similarly. I can't even say that.
Similar.
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 So that's what's
Similar.
that's what's crazy to me though, is because as we do kind of interpret things very close, but at the same time we don't have a true real meaning of anything.
That's what Mr. Overbeck told me. He was like so close-minded. Like he hated English because he hated interpreting things differently. That's why he like loved math.
Yeah,
That's
because
why like,
math,
people love math.
there is one solution and that's it. There's just that one. There's one answer. There's a
never
defined
wrong.
answer. There's never.
But even in math,
There's
they
no.
say,
There's
like,
no in between. There's no like black and
yeah,
white lines.
like maybe it equals 6. Like it's always
Yeah.
5. But like, there's different ways to find the same answer.
Yes.
But then who's to say that answer's correct?
Well,
Just because like Galileo or whoever invented math.
I
just
don't
knew
want to
about it?
have that argument with those mathematicians.
It's impossible.
It would be impossible.
They're kick-
I don't
we're
know
not good
anything.
enough at math.
I don't know anything.
Okay, next philosopher. The student. Can you hear? The student of Socrates was Plato, and then Plato, just like the exact. I don't know, like exactly what I expected the product of Socrates to be is Plato, who just gave his entire life trying to find fulfillment. And like he did it, and like he had so many different ideas of how to find. Also, just like why do these guys look like this? They're like the best looking people.
Yeah.
Like, what if we still look like this?
Seriously, why
They have
don't
such
we?
cool names.
Honestly, I wish
No
that's
one
how it
ever
still was.
Like our names are so boring.
Our names are so freaking boring. And the fact that, like, imagine if your name was like Joe or Jack.
Oh,
That'd
so
suck.
common. Like our names are like common, but like not that
We're not
common.
we're not in that range.
We're not in common.
What is the most popular names?
Justin.
Most popular first name. I know last name I'm pretty sure is Muhammad. Oh, James.
James Wavy.
Really?
Shout out to James Wavy.
Yeah,
He's a
dude.
solid guy.
And
James Maltese.
There,
Solid guy.
John, that definitely makes sense. Robert, yeah.
Robert, I get. Robbie.
Michael,
Huh.
but look at that. Look at the difference between Robert and Michael.
How much?
Like a million? Like 700,000?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy.
There's like 296.
700,000.
296 more rows. Oh my god.
But
What the hell? Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss on this. What about female?
ooh, dude, Google's
Smith.
sexist, man. Google's
Why?
sexist because why does it give us? No, I'm not actually being serious about it being sexist.
But
But
it said male first.
no, but yeah, why does it give us male first?
Google, talk to us, Google.
That's
up?
back to, dude. Check this out.
Sarah Hamid, if you're listening. Algorithms. Explain algorithms.
So this is very interesting. This is a New York
Discriminate.
Times article about algorithms being
Can I grab some juice?
discriminatory. So Tommy's getting some juice. But I'll talk about this for a second. This is really interesting, and this is something we actually kind of saw a little piece of. Not that I legitimately think that Google at all is being sexist, but I do think what is interesting about it is that since these algorithms are created by humans, a lot of time there will be things that are discriminatory in these algorithms without the humans actually knowing when they program them. And so there's been a lot of discussion about using software to actually remove that, and even in the workplace having software hire people.
Bro, talking so easy. We're getting so good at this. Okay. Building off. Okay, we're gonna backtrack now.
Backtrack.
Most popular name. We're gonna shoot these at you.
We're on Play-Doh.
We're on Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. Oh. Am I still on it? My bad. My bad.
Play-Doh. Play-Doh? Definitely like I relate to. Cause he's just trying to find. He made a school.
That is just
Me
crazy.
and Lucas want to make a school. I think
Yep. That's our plan. We'll make a school.
we'll make a school.
How does that even work? We'd have to make it private then, right?
Well, think about like if it's religious, then like
Uh-huh.
the Scientologist thing that we learned
Uh-huh.
about. Like
Scientologist is crazy.
they're just like, yeah, $10,000 a week, and we teach you whatever they. I don't think they're learning anything. I just think it's like a bunch of crap, but I can't say I didn't mean that. Any Scientologists out there? I didn't. Mean I respect all religions.
It's just very interesting. That's what I mean by crazy. It's just
Sketchy.
yeah. It's just
really
like
sketchy.
yeah. Wow.
Everything's sketchy though. If you think about it.
Everything's sketchy.
Just like due to like our culture, but we just think that's more sketchy.
I mean, what is he even with the one who's the one that's in charge of education for Trump again?
Oh, that woman.
That woman that
That woman's
everyone
not good.
hates. Okay. The thing is about that, she wants schools to be more like that though.
Like private
Private,
and like secluded.
but then there is no that's why a lot of people were saying that there could be a lot of more issues like discrimination and stuff in them because then they can make their own rules. So there's not like in public schools they have their own, what is it called again? Is it charter schools? I may be wrong.
For what? For what?
These type of schools where they run by their own rules that they create.
I think it's just private.
Really?
But no, cause like Damien. Fuck Damien. Like Damien is just like
That Damien is a high school near us. It's private. It's all boys school.
all boys school, and like it's private, but like I feel like they still have to teach the same stuff.
Let's see.
I guess they don't, right? A good question for all you that are listening. What is the best school system? What does that mean?
Here you go.
What's
So,
the best way to learn?
Charter school is a publicly funded independent school established by teachers, parents, or community groups under the terms of a charter with local or national authority.
So that means the federal government's in charge of our school system?
Yes, so the federal government is in charge of ours because we're public, but all the funding to our school is from the government.
Which
Private
is like taxes.
Yes. Private school the money that is funded,
Comes from
I think
parents.
majority, comes from your parents or so whoever's paying for your school. But in this case is that there is an actual community or like a group that's formed that they establish what it's about. So the private, they're still through a really big organization, but here they're a separate organization. So this is something that
That's cool.
something really big can take off, but then also some really bad
Sketchy.
stuff,
Yeah.
sketchy stuff can happen. So that's why it's so, the fact that Trump is shooting for this is crazy with the Board of Education.
Who is he, man?
Who is Trump?
You know what's weird is like everybody just hates him. Like
You know what? I think he do you think he's sensitive, or do you think he really does not give a shit?
I don't give a shit.
That's
He's
what's
so
interesting.
old.
Because the way he tweets and the way he talks about the different
What the hell is a Muslim like travel ban? Like,
oh,
you know how just like rude and like messed up that is to say that? Like
it's back. You know?
Yeah.
Travel ban 2.0.
can't do that.
So now it's in play. You have to have the only way you can travel now is that if you have a family member. But it redefines family. Because
True.
you can't. That's another interesting thing. Let's see. Travel ban.
Are we family? I've known you for like a month now. I think we're family.
See, that's what's cool. See, here you go. It defines close family. You know, a part of me thinks that this is probably pretty easy to get by. You know what I mean? Something that you could easily break, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm hoping that's how it is. But it's interesting because I wish I could find.
That's us.
That's us. Well, nonetheless, it redefines family because.
Is it just blood?
Oh, here we go. Here it is. Argued that fiancés, grandparents, grandchildren, brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins of those in the United States should be allowed to enter from 6 of the affected countries. Um, but I can't remember what they decided. But I think that um, things like aunt and uncle, they can't come. If you're a child, grandchild, cousin, you can go. There's more. I'm definitely not naming them all, but it it now redefines what family is. I mean, at least just for this ban. I'm not saying
Borders?
obviously completely.
Borders are just terrible.
Borders are terrible.
They can't be good. They can't be the way we're supposed to live.
Do you think that with the wall being built, that'll actually be like way more difficult to pass?
It already is so difficult, though, dude.
But it's so long. The
The wall?
border. So no, yeah, just the,
Yeah.
so how are they
The
gonna?
wall would be.
Is he gonna actually build a wall that's the entire border?
That's so dumb.
It's what a waste of our tax-paying money.
We shouldn't let that happen. There's no way.
Yeah. Plus, with the statistics that we have of illegals performing crime, unless all of these illegals are such professional, so they're
Criminals.
so good, yeah, they're such
Criminals,
professional
not even real
criminals
criminals, 'cause
that they don't
shouldn't be
get
crime.
caught doing anything that they're doing, which there's no way is the case.
There's always a loophole, though.
There's always a loophole.
To anything and everything.
Imagine though you are an illegal in the United States. How
so hard for
easy is it to get deported? Like, do you have to worry just about getting pulled over?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so easy. Just like every day living your life, knowing that like just one little tiny slip up, and you could be sent back.
You come back again, I feel like.
Yeah.
What was it like for your dad?
My dad was born here.
He was born here?
He was born here, but then he moved back to Argentina
Well,
at the age of like
so your
10.
grandparents moved here?
My grandparents moved here. It was easier back then.
Like legal. Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, what, 60s?
Yeah. Oh, no.
50s?
Uh,
Your dad's not that old. Had to be
well,
like
my grandparents though, yeah, they came here a while back.
60s probably.
Yeah. Plato's Academy. Plato.
Plato. Okay. After Plato. Okay, Plato is just fulfillment. But like he had a weird definition of fulfillment. Like he never really had one. He just thought that like, and he wrote a ton of books about fulfillment. Like he tried really hard. I feel like he wouldn't be happy unless everybody else was happy. That was his problem. And
But
like,
that's what is interesting about it, because what is fulfillment, you know?
impossible to
it's-
define.
It's impossible to find, I feel like.
What do people want?
Because
What does anybody want?
I feel like for everybody, there's some days that they feel fulfilled and more fulfilled than some
I
days
feel
and
like they're doing
less
awesome.
fulfilled. Or yeah, and some days they
They just don't feel anything.
yeah.
But still, if you have more good days than bad days, I guess you're doing pretty good.
And what's funny about that is it wasn't even that. It was pretty recent that people actually defined like, you know, depression or anxiety as like a mental illness. Before they just thought there's just something wrong with you, like you were just like a whiner.
Yeah.
But then they actually, you know, I don't know how scientifically they knew, but they could actually see that there was there's different chemical composition in your brain that actually was
I feel like
causing you to be sad.
still people say that. They're like, stop being so depressed,
Yeah.
little wimp, and just like stuff like that. So, I feel like that didn't used to exist, though. I feel like there was no anxiety, like, when there was cavemen. Like, that's something that we created.
Well, maybe their anxiety was, how am I going to eat tonight?
Yeah.
Which is completely different.
They had, like, a total right to be anxious about that.
Yeah, definitely.
After Plato, all these people are just, like, connected. It's so weird. After Plato, we had Aristotle. Aristotle, just the best. He's just like, Aristotle just asked why anything happened. He just didn't understand. And like, what the first thing, he answered 4 really tough questions, and the first thing that Aristotle said was what makes people happy. And it was like, he came up with like 13 different adjective virtue things that people need to follow. And there's like this triangle image with like a board across it, and it's supposed to be like the balance, and there's supposed to be an extreme and a not enough for every single like virtue or characteristic that you have, and he just wanted to find the median and a balance for all of them. That was pretty much his theory. But he never. And then so all these philosophers, the thing that I've noticed about all of them, like all of them studied all this, all of them like went through all this work and like wrote a bunch of books, and a bunch of people read them, and then no change happened. That's visible today, except for we still know their names and we still know their theories,
And their ideology.
but we don't do anything about it. So what are we supposed to do about it? Are we supposed to be happy and just feel fulfilled all the time, and like, or are we supposed to just ponder why we exist?
See, what I think about when I get to this conclusion is that if you're just stupid, if you're just really dumb, you suffer less, or maybe not suffer, but you have less of these questions. And I guess it depends on you as a person. If existential things like this, or just why we're here, and these ideologies, if they confuse you, make you angry, or anything like that, if you were just dumb and you just didn't think outside the box, just things are the way that they are, you wouldn't really be at this conclusion.
You wouldn't have to stress out about
You
it.
don't have to stress out about it.
That's the problem of like our generation too. Is like I feel like we're just settling into everything. Do you know like we're supposed to be like the generation that like saves the world?
Why is that?
I don't know. Just Mr. O'Neill's substitute teacher said that, and I've heard that said like more than once. Definitely.
I mean, maybe that's just because the older generation. I think it's the classic older generation. There's so much that's changed, and because of so many different things, especially technology, that they're just like, what is going on? Like this can't be right. This can't be good. But really, it's just that's how it always is. It's just there's things that are so different, and that older people can't fathom why young people do that. Like I feel like if you're an older person and you see some kid driving by and he's blasting his rap music, he's like a sub in his car, just boom, boom, and they're like, why do they enjoy that? Like what the hell? Like what is up with the younger generation? Like why is that fun? But then like back then it was just a kid in his car blasting some rock and roll. The older generation's like,
What about the kid like me that's like still doing that though? Like still stuck in the 80s. That never lived in the 80s. Like what is that? What even is that?
he just liked it better. Admires how it used to be. Why does it have to be the way it is now?
This stuff too, like this like painting right here. So dope.
Yeah. Imagine dressing like that every day.
That'd be so dope.
Oh man.
Toga.
Toga.
Wearing togas. Dude, I'm definitely joining like some sororities. Whatever they're called in
And
college.
the funniest part about this too is these guys are all sitting around here like, what is life? Why are we here? It's like, brother, I just had a realization. It's like, what? They all look like they're just like, what?
What?
Like, oh my god.
That one guy like just has to wear like things that cover off his chest because his chest isn't big enough. Like they would just judge him.
I feel like that could be a show in itself, just looking at really old paintings and just giving dialogue on them.
Maybe. What do you got? What do you got pulling up?
Just like, oh.
Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Oh, that's why.
He looks like he's thinking.
He's thinking, but he looks really really sad or worried. Also, imagine not having like gel. Do you use hair gel?
I don't use hair gel.
I use hair gel like every day.
I should.
I'll give you some. Like his hair, just flat on his head.
Yeah,
I kind of want long hair, but my hair's not curly, so it would just be straight. I don't like that straight
that's
hair.
how mine is too.
I think I might get a perm.
All right. What is going on here? Oh goodness. Oh, now this. Dun, dun, dun. All right.
That's like the guy at the party that's like thinking about life, while everybody else is just partying.
Yeah, he's at the party. Everyone's partying hard. He hits the blunt. And he's like, "What
What is anything?
What is anything?
What is anything?
All right, all right. What
Alright,
else?
What else are we talking about?
What else are we
Look
talking
up meaning to life. Just look that up.
What
Because that's the
is
question of this
the
podcast,
meaning?
in all actuality. Like, we got all these philosophies we're thinking about now. But the actual meaning to life
Is the Illuminati.
is the Illuminati? Pepe's the Illuminati?
Here you go. Wait, what is the significance of 42?
The number?
Yeah, why is that the meaning of life?
Jackie Robinson.
No, it can't be. It cannot be.
What the hell?
Because what's funny about it is my my teacher for computer science at Harvey Mudd, his favorite number was 42, and he always talked about like the meaning of life.
Really?
Yeah. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. All right, all right, all right. Let's look at this.
That's pretty simple.
Meaning of life. Okay, so we have
Dude.
the Wikipedia of the
Wait.
meaning of life.
Realization.
Huh.
If we find a meaning to life, there'll be no meaning to life. If we find one. We can never find one. Because if we find one, then we're done.
Yeah. I feel like curiosity just keeps people going too.
So there's none. Except for
has to
your
be-
own.
There has to, yeah. You have to create your own.
You have to make
meaning
your
of
own.
life.
Each person has to make their own purpose.
So would you just say then the meaning of life is to live?
That sounds pretty good, but I don't know if we get like 50,000 retweets on that. Like, we gotta
Yeah.
get maybe a little deeper.
The meaning of life?
But I feel like
To live.
everybody says the meaning of life is just whatever you want, right?
Yep.
So that's too basic, because that doesn't make sense. Because it's not whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because that's what people have been saying for so long. Doesn't make sense. So, if the meaning to life,
We got the wiki here. We got the Bible questions.
let's look at wiki.
Ooh, Albert Einstein's thoughts on the meaning of
Really?
life. Let's
I love that guy.
Let's check this out. What's up, Albert?
Albert. There's no actual meaning to life, and it's your own. Then isn't everybody's gonna be different? You know, it's a trippy thing too. It's just like the different cultures that exist,
Yeah.
because there's so many.
Yeah.
That's why there's so much diversity and stuff.
Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind.
One more time.
Science. Oh, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
No one likes you.
Get out of here. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind.
Wow. That's very true. We gotta write that and then pin it on the wall. Dude. I believe Einstein just said lame. Like, he just said lame.
He legit just said lame.
Like,
That's lame, bro.
bro, that's
So lame.
kind of lame.
That's kind of lame.
Like, science? He's like, yeah. You mean
feel
your
like-
life studies? He's like, yeah, it's kind of just lame without, like... That's why he's so cool, bro. That's why everybody liked him. You know, he just, like, went to, like, movie... Like, he hung out with actors and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, like, people just loved him. It's probably because of that.
Yeah.
People love humor.
Definitely.
Humor's such a hard thing, though.
Humor is such a hard thing.
Because there's so many different types of humor. What types of humor are there? There's like witty. Witty's everybody's favorite, I think. If you come to a conclusion. But there's like open-ended. There's like satirical. There's like
Here's all these.
there's really sad. Making fun of yourself. Slapstick. Oh, there's making fun of other people. Being a stand-up comedian has to be the hardest thing on the
It's
planet.
gotta be the hardest thing.
Like people just don't laugh.
Yeah, then
It's
shit. Like damn. Just
Walks
laugh
off
yourself. Just laugh yourself. I'm the type of person though, I'll feel so awkward that if someone is stand-up comedy and they really did say a bad joke, I'd laugh anyways just 'cause like the cringe is too much.
Yeah. Try out for comedy sports next year.
Oh.
I love that comedy.
Oh, let's see what their word of the day is.
They got a word of the day?
Oh, it's just archives of it. What?
Straight copied us.
What the? Daily writing tips? Nope.
All right, what else? What else we got?
Alright, so let's check out I'm feeling curious. Is it true that moss grows on the north side of a tree? I mean, I am curious, but I'm not really curious about that.
Nah, that's not. That's not that good.
That's okay.
That's a little too biological.
Why is it called a manila envelope? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
We gotta figure out what it is.
Let's figure out what that is.
Manila? How do you spell it?
It's spelled like
MANILA.
that.
Envelope. Dude, what does that sound like? What is
Oh, it's that thing. I've seen
Oh.
that before.
those little like yellow? Those are so perfect.
Those are. Who made this?
Genius. Manila.
What if? Let's see. Why do they call it? No. We just saw that, but that's okay.
Oh.
This is derived from a species of banana originally from the Philippines whose fibers are tough. The hemp is then used during the paper making process, similar to how craft paper uses wood pulp. So the mystery is solved. The manila envelope gets its name from the hemp in which it is made from.
Oh.
You know, that wasn't that exciting.
But who?
But I'm glad I know what that is now.
Yeah.
I'm glad
People
I
don't know
what
that.
is.
People
All right.
don't know that stuff.
Let's see what else. How long is the longest train in the world? Guess. Don't look.
It's gotta be like 30 miles.
30 miles?
30 miles.
I feel like 3,000 miles.
No way.
Let's look. The record was set on June 21st, 2001 in Western Australia between Newman and Port Hedland. A distance of 275 kilometers, 170 miles.
Ooh.
Oof. I was totally off.
What the hell? I was totally off too.
It's okay. We both suck.
You know how long of a train that is though? Dude, the Industrial Revolution has made some crazy stuff.
What did the Scarecrow want in The Wizard of Oz?
Happiness.
He just wanted a brain. Alright. Hell yeah. Who planted the first flag on the moon?
Oh, Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
The man, the myth,
We knew that one.
the man.
What does fire in the hole mean? It means you're throwing a bomb or explosive.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, that's what it says here.
No, we're pretty smart.
Oh, it was
people.
for miners? I thought it originated from
Like war?
war.
Oh.
Fire in the hole! Everyone just ducks. Bah!
It's gold.
Aren't they
Mine's
trying
so dope.
to... have you ever seen those man fracking shirts?
Yeah.
Isn't fracking just using explosives to mine? But then it causes problems with the tectonics, right? Plate
It's like
tectonics.
oil too, I thought.
Oh, oil. I need to know that
look
now.
at fracking.
Why is fracking bad? What is fracking for
Also,
water?
I'm pretty sure we're two pretty liberal guys, but we wanna take in all perspectives. But we're definitely both environmentalists for sure.
Definitely.
So that's the thing. I'm gonna pick up some trash later.
Yeah, it's oil. It's over oil. But I don't know. Down to it.
Fracking word is a dirty word.
All right. New one.
What does that even mean?
What does it mean when a cousin is removed? You and your first cousins are in the same generation. 2 generations younger than your grandparents. So the word removed is not to describe your relationship. The words once removed mean that there is a difference of 1 generation.
That's retarded. Aren't we all just
I
family?
don't think I've ever heard that.
We're just family, right?
We're just family.
You and your first cousin are in the same generation.
What if your first cousin's like 15 years younger than you.
Cousin just means same grandparent. Right?
Yes.
And
Why was
then,
that so hard to answer?
and then if and then the word removed, you should describe your relationship. The words once removed mean that there's a difference of. Oh, that's still like, just be cousins, man. Like we got better stuff to do than that.
Who invented the game of dominoes? Who cares? What causes a double rainbow? Double rainbow across the sky. Has everyone seen that video? I need to. Oh my god. Double rainbow.
Across the sky.
Oh my god. Here it is. Yosemite Bear 62.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow.
It's a full rainbow.
All the way.
All the way.
Double rainbow. Oh
Have
my
you seen
god.
this video?
No.
You
It's a
have
double
double rainbow all the way.
You'll see the audio later. It's going through my ear.
Whoa, that's so intense. Whoa, man.
One of the most funny videos I've ever seen.
So if you have a this is a podcast, but it's also a YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
So people that are just listening are gonna be like, they're not gonna know what's going on the screen, right?
Mm-mm.
We gotta keep that in mind.
Gotta keep that in mind.
Also, this is mostly made just for Mr. O'Neill. Like
Yep.
95% of it
Yep.
goes out to Mr. O'Neill, and then like the other 5 is just our curiosity.
How much can you store on a floppy disk?
What's a floppy disk?
A floppy disk is
Just a regular
it's
disk?
like an old. No, I mean it's not. It's not like a regular disk. It's what people used before there were like USB flash drives. You know those little things you plug
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in the late 80s, high density capacity of 1.44 megabyte. No. Dude. 1.44 megabytes?
Is that like nothing?
That's nothing. There's 1,000 megabytes, like roughly 1,000 megabytes and a gigabyte,
Okay.
right?
How many gigs are on our phone?
Well, your phone, if you have an iPhone, it's probably 16 gigabytes. But that's what's funny about it. My
What?
computer, I have a hard drive in here. It's 1 terabyte. It's roughly 1,000 gigabytes.
What?
Yeah. And my download speed's like 100 megabytes per second. So every second I can download 100 megabytes. This shows how fast. I wonder. I know that they've discovered, like, they've gone even higher than petabytes. They have like zettabyte now.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, it goes up so much. Okay, yeah, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte. Yottabyte, I think is still theoretical.
Yottabyte.
I don't think that's a legit thing yet.
We'll get there.
But it's crazy how fast it's advancing. But I don't know what the consumer grade is of like the highest you could buy. That's actually like financially like okay. That's a good question. That's a good. I want to see 1 terabyte SSD. All right, that's expensive.
How much is it? 400?
It's 400, 350.
It just stores everything ever made.
Yeah, and then also it depends on the write speed, so how fast it can write and read data. But I wonder, because that's let's see, is there such thing as a petabyte SSD? No way. Nah, there's not any for sale. Oh, okay. World's largest SSD now shipping for $10,000. No! How big is it though? Samsung keeping it hot. 10 terabyte barrier. Oh, it broke the 15.36 terabytes.
Damn.
I wonder how much your brain can hold. How much
Isn't it unlimited?
your brain store? Brain's memory storage capacity is something closer to around 2.5 petabytes or a million gigabytes. Wait, how do we know that? What? How do we know that? I don't even know. This is like This kind of reminds me of that classic, like, you only use 15% of your brain. Well, I don't know remember what the percent is, but you know that?
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you talking about?
And then you start like teleporting when you start using more of it.
Yeah, dude, if I level up, I'm freaking,
You could fly.
yeah, I can fly. I'm not even human anymore. I'm like from freaking Percy Jackson. I'm half.
Dude, we have so much to learn. All right, I think we're gonna end the podcast. Do some more research.
Let's do it.
How much time we got
Let's see.
logged?
47 minutes.
All right, let's give a little goodbye.
Thank you for listening. If
This
you
has
did
been-
listen.
This has been, what's that word? Existential.
This has been existentially destroying.
But it's something we gotta talk about because like all these philosophers talked about this for so long, they didn't do anything. And we gotta do something. Like our generation has to do something, or I don't know. We're too curious to just sit around. So we'll think about it some more. We'll do some more research. We'll get back to you tomorrow. We'll try for tomorrow, and get a little harmonica solo. Get us out of here.
See y'all later.